Hello and welcome. Today we're working on how to set up the BA2 Plus financial calculator for the CFA exam. Now you might be new to the calculator, you're getting ready to take maybe level 1 of the CFA exam. So here's how you set it up for maximum efficiency so that way you can succeed. Hey, if you're new, my name is Jeff from Finally Learn. I teach accounting and finance, and I've got a lot of videos on time value of money. So join us, please subscribe, please like, please comment. Let's get started. Well, we have two models of the BA2 Plus, and I really recommend, if you don't have it yet, get the BA2 Plus professional model. And that's going to be a little more durable. I have a video that explains why I've chosen that. I've had this calculator for years and years. I've used the HP 12C for many years. So, but the professional model is what I recommend. So see the link below. You can buy the professional model and batteries. So one of the things you want to do when you take the CFA exam, make sure you take a spare set of batteries. Just takes one, so a spare battery. And so that way there's no issues with the calculator when it's exam time. All right, so one thing I have is I have lots of BA2 Plus tutorials, so check the playlist. I've got lots of time value of money tutorials also, so we've got playlists for both of those. So the first thing we're going to do is set up is we want to set the display to at least 4 decimals. I'm going to recommend 4 decimals. I think that's going to be fine, but you can obviously do more. You can say I want to do 6 decimals or whatever. So here's how you do it. When your calculator, when you first open it up and you turn it on, then your calculator is set to 2 decimals. So let's do this little problem and show you what's wrong about this. Let's say you invested $1,000 and you earn $73.50. What is your rate of return? Well, if you take 73.5 divided by the 1,000, then you're going to get 0.07, and you say, hey, it's 7%. Just put the answer down, move on, don't think about it. Well, that's not very realistic. You need to think about it. So one of the problems is this is not 7%. It's really, you can see this with $1,000. You can see this is 7.0735 or 7.35%. So how do we change this? Well, here I'm trying to show the keys that you're going to enter. So one of the things about the BA2 Plus is it has a shift key that's called second. So one thing I like about this app is when I hit second, you can see all the things above the key that it lights up, that now we access, twice as many functions with a shift key. So I want to do shift or second function format. So second function, and the format is the decimal place down at the very bottom, format. And it says the display says DEC for decimal, and we want to set it to 4 decimals, so I'm going to use 4. So 4, and then the enter button. Now be careful, the enter button, people think, oh, that must be equals, but no, there's an actual enter button at the very top. So we want to hit enter, so it sets. And so here's the reminder, look at the display, you're in the format menu, and you're going to hit enter. So if we want to change it to 6 decimals, we hit enter, and now you have 6 decimals. If for some reason you wouldn't want to do this, but it shows 0 decimals, then 0 enter shows 0 decimals, right? So it's set at default at 2 decimals, but we want to change it to 4, 4, enter, and now it's set at 4 decimals. So let's clear our work. And so down at the very bottom, you can clear and hit that twice, or if you're in a menu, let's go back into the menu, or in the decimal menu, the format menu. You can go second function, and in the top left, there's the quit button, and you can get out of that menu. One of the features of the BA2 Plus is it has a menu system, so we can enter cash flows, we can enter time value of money variables, and so therefore we're in that menu. We can exit out by either hitting the clear twice or second function quit. I always really do the clear twice. Okay, now let's check our work. 73.5 divided by 1,000 and we end up with 0.0735. So this is going to be 7.35%. That's the correct answer, not 7. Be very careful. If you're showing 2 decimal places, your calculator is hiding decimals that you really need, especially for interest rates. So be careful. 4 decimals at least. If you want to do more, hey, more power to you. The other thing we're going to do, I want to set the mode to algebraic. Now, this relates to the math order of operations. Remember, PEMDAS is one way to say it. The parentheses and the exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. So if you have parentheses, you do that first. If you have exponents, you do that second. Multiplication, division, you do third and fourth. So let's test your calculator. Now, if you have a simple little calculator, then it'll be wrong, and your calculator is set, the default is where it's a simple calculation. But let's prove this. Let's change this, and that's going to be very, very helpful for you. Well, let's do the test 1 plus 2 times 3. And you're going to get 9. If you haven't changed your calculator or set up the calculator or format it correctly, you're going to get 9. And what's going to happen is the Texas Instruments, they call this CHN, they call this the chain. So that it just takes the 1 plus the 2, you get 3, times 3, you get 9. Well, 9 is incorrect, right? It should evaluate the 2 times 3 and get 6 plus 1 equals 7, okay? So how can we change this? Well, here's what we do. We're going to do second format, again where we were, and then we're going to do the up arrow. So second format, we're in the decimal. Let's go up, and this says it's chain. Chain just takes the string, and it takes the first thing times and with the second thing, the third thing, so on. It doesn't evaluate it. Well, this calculator is a sophisticated calculator, and we can do better. We actually have the AOS, or the algebraic operating system. So we're going to take the second format up arrow, that's where we are, and then the second set. So we're already in the chain. So here's a little reminder. It says set. If you want to set, then we'll do second function and then set, and that will toggle on the algebraic operating system. Second function set, we'll toggle it off back to chain. Second function set back to AOS. So I'm going to leave it at AOS. I'm going to clear out of this. So now let's check our work. 1 plus 2 times 3. It's going to take the 2 times 3 and get 6, plus the 1 is going to get 7. So your calculator, you can set it for algebraic operating system. So you don't have to worry about putting in order. You don't have to worry about saying, I've got to do the 2 times 3 first and then add 1 to it. And so your calculator can handle the algebraic operating system. I recommend you use that. 4 decimals and the algebraic system, and that's a good way to set up your calculator for the CFA exam while you're studying, while you're practicing, and then on exam day. Hey, thanks for watching. I have a video right here that YouTube thinks you'll really love. Hey, see you on the next video.